Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Resurwreck Autos UK HQ. Today we're going to be working on the blue one. That one. So yeah, we're going to be working on that one today. I found, I don't know if it's going to be an issue or not, but we'll get into it today. Basically, there's no oil in the engine at all. I've checked it. The sump is completely empty. So they're a little bit concerned about that, guys, because you just don't know with these engines. You know what I mean? If it's got no oil, and I know Copart's been starting the car because in one of the pictures you can see it running. So who else has tried to get it started and run? I don't know, but yeah, a little bit concerning. So I really want to get into that first before I really do any sort of repair work on this car. Let's get into that. So I'm going to get the front end off. As you can see, I've started to do it already. Done bits and pieces on it, so I took the lights off and stuff like that. But we're gonna do this front end first, I think, because I need to know if that engine, starts and runs. I think I know where the oil leak's coming from. But until I get the complete front end off, we don't really know. I believe it's coming from the oil cooler, which is on the front. So it's had a whack like towards the engine, and I think it's cracked that part of it. So, but yeah, we're gonna get into that today, guys. But before we do, again, thanks for all the support, guys. Really appreciate it. All the thumbs up, all the comments. Fantastic. I've got these two cars we're going to be working on next. This one's going to be really quick, the silver one, I think, really quick. I've already started getting parts as well, as you can see in the background. I don't know if you could just see it there. There is the new boot tailgate for the blue one. I've also picked up a side wind mirror for the silver one as well. So I'm starting to get parts in, starting to get bits and pieces. I wanted to get that blue tailgate because there was only a couple that I saw in colour. I thought I'm going to go for it. And I had a couple of comments as well saying, yeah, pick this one. I had a couple of people private messaging me, sending me the actual tailgate. So, and I was looking at it anyway, so that's great. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate all the support on these bits and pieces. The reason why, I don't know if anyone knows, but obviously you have noticed, because the two cars are that side of the workshop. Now, the reason that is because, and I'll quickly turn you around, at the minute, yeah, bit of a wine cellar at the minute. some guy needed the space. He wanted to store this lot, and there's a few more pallets coming as well today. So yeah, he wanted to store this in here, and only for a couple of weeks. So it's not not a long time, but I was like, yeah, all right, no worries, yeah, just store it in here. And he's going to sort me out a few cases of this Prosecco wine that he's got here. He's going to sort me out a few cases of that for Christmas. I don't drink wine. The wife definitely does, so she can have that. But yeah, so we've got a bit of a storage facility going on. But it is what it is. If I can help people out, and they sort me out a drink for it, basically a drink, I don't mind. No problem, no biggie. So yeah, so let's get into these. Let's get into this one today, guys. Let's get this front end off. I'll set you up so you can see what I'm going on. I'll come in and out, show you bits and pieces, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, let's do this. Right, there we go. The front end is off. And I'll show you where I mean about this oil, and it's transmission oil this is. That is definitely, because it's red, it's ready. So that's definitely transmission oil. So I've done a little bit of research before I just started doing this filming, and I found out online that that is the gearbox oil cooler. And you can see, and it's water cooled as well, obviously. And you've got like an in and an out for the oil, and then you've got an in and an out for the coolant. So that's why there's four tubes coming off it. So that's yeah. So it's definitely got a, you know, that's definitely it's got a crease there. You can see that it's coming out the bottom piece there. It's nothing higher, so it's not coming out of these top pieces. So these corners seem to be okay, these connections, but I'll have to take them off anyway to get it off. But it looks like it's split at the bottom here. You can see it's just split at the bottom. So that's what's coming out, yeah. But that's not solving the issue why there's no oil in the actual engine itself. That's a completely different different problem. They're not too much money. These little coolers, like second hand, are about 30 quid, 40 quid. So even the new ones ain't expensive. So I'll probably just source one from a breakers, get a decent one that I can, and then just swap that over, and then that's sorted. But the engine oil is still, that's still a little bit of a concern. I've got to find out why there's no oil in this engine. So I think the best thing to do really is to maybe see if I can find it from underneath, or see where, you know, where it's coming from. It's not coming from the cam cover gasket. That is completely dry on top. A little bit there on this bank side, a little bit there. I've took the fingers off so you can have a look in through there. So those chambers are pretty dry. It's not coming through there, and I've checked the back as well, and it's absolutely bone dry around the back. So there's no leakage coming from the top of the engine, and there's no leakage coming from the actual oil filter and the cooler. There's no oil coming out of this. There's no splits or breaks. So there's nothing coming. There's no oil losing from that. So the only other place really would be the sump underneath, and yeah, we'll have to get underneath there. I'll have to do a little bit of investigation, and I'll come back to you in a little while. Hopefully it's just a case of, I don't know, where's the engine oil gone? That's what I want to. That's my concern, is where's it gone? Because obviously, you know, it's got to have the engine oil in it. So that's where we are, guys. The rest of the front is pretty all right. There's no real problems. The actual legs, the chassis legs, are straight. There's no bends on these at all, both sides. So that's good. The impact obviously just happened on the actual crash bar, and not these chassis legs. So that's good. But I suppose you don't really know on these cars, or any sort of crash car at the front, until you put the new crash bar on to see if they line up. You don't really, you know, looking at this now, there could be slightly, the leg could be slightly out a little bit. You just don't know until you put the crash bar on and position the lights and the bonnet catch as well. So all those kind of things, yeah. So there we go, guys. That's where we are at the minute. Until I've done I need to find this oil leak really. So let me do a bit of investigation. Let me come back to you in a minute. Let me see what I can find, and yeah, I'll let you know in a second, guys. Right, okay, guys. Just got a quick update on the actual engine oil situation. As you can see, I pulled the oil filter out. It's there, and I've took out the sump from underneath. It's just dripping off now, and actually there is some oil in there. I don't know why it weren't reading on the actual dipstick, because it's probably just too low, but there is actually oil in the system, And yeah, so that's good. That's really, really good news, really. I thought there wasn't going to be nothing in there, but there is actually some oil in there. So all I can do is change this cooler and then just do a complete service on it. New filter, new oil, new air filter, and then yeah, fingers crossed this is going to be okay. But yeah, there's no cracks. There's nothing. I can't see no around the bottom of the engine. There's nothing. It's a little bit leaky, but it's pretty much dry underneath there. So I'm just assuming that it's just been run with low oil. So even though this has got a full service history with it, in the book it's got a full service history. The last service was I don't know now. It was a few miles ago, so I don't think it's got an up-to-date service. The last service was a little while ago, so yeah, it's not actually got a full service in it, is it really? It's got like a part service. I'll have to just make sure I say that. So it's got a part service to it, up to God, I don't know, I have to check the mileage on it and stuff, and yeah. But there we go. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all I can do. That put it all back together. And yeah, should be okay. But I will drain the gearbox oil as well, so I'll have to get some gearbox oil for that as well. Yeah, and just do a service on it, just do a good service on it, and then put it back together. And fingers crossed, guys. So that's going to be the front end for the moment. Can't really do no more on this front end until I start getting parts in and stuff, like bits and pieces and stuff. So I'm going to put the wheels back on, and then I'm going to push the car over to the other side of the lockup, and then we're going to work on the back. Now I've got the boot for the back, the tailgate, so I think just take off the tailgate, and then actually let me move the car, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do and the theory and what I'm going to do. So because I've never done that before, in the boot in the back, so this is going to be a first for me. So, yeah, let me get myself set up, guys. I'll come back to you in a minute, and then we'll get it done. But I just want to give you that update on the actual oil and the front end first. So, yeah, I'll come back to you in a minute, guys. So, okay, guys, I've pushed the car now forward so we can have a look at this back. Can't really do anything else to the front end until we start getting some parts in and stuff like that. So, yeah, going to work on the back. And as you can see, I took the crash bar off, because if I'm going to start pushing the boot outwards again with this ram system I've got here, strong arm 10-ton body repair kit, which I've used a few times, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a great bit of kit, and yeah, it really does work. And I'll show you. I'll do a time lapse, and I'll show you me moving this boot tub, I think they call them. I'll show you me moving it back out. But what I wanted to do, obviously, take the crash bar off, because that was holding. I didn't want to push it with that crash bar, because I'll be pushing the crash bar as well. So I took that off. But I did notice that on the inside, the spare wheel wasn't in there, and it's a brand new spare wheel, all pumped up. It's not gone down, and that is actually was touching the spare wheel. So I'm just assuming that, luckily enough, there was a spare wheel inside, and it stopped it doing any further damage. Because if the wheel wasn't in there, I'm assuming that would have gone further, and it would have done more damage. So probably the spare wheel saved less damage to this car, and probably more damage to the car that hit it. It probably done more damage to the car that hit it. Yeah. So that's a good thing. I did manage to get the boot open. I got a bit of power to the battery, and it did open, and I'll show you that now. And it just opens, and you can see that it's like got a little bit of a kink in a few places. So I've got a little bit of work to do. I'm going to take the rest of the bumper off. So I'll just cut the bumper out because I wanted to get to the bolts. Yeah, so I'll take the rest of the bumper off, take all these trims off, take all this plastic, this rubber off, and then I'll have a little go at this and work out this. I don't really know how bad it's going to be at the minute. it still might need someone to pull it out and make it straight. I don't know. I've just got to look into it. But I just want to quickly sort of yeah, because that obviously I've took the spare wheel out. You can see there, and that's where I'll be setting the actual ram in there and pushing it outwards towards the back. But I was just down here looking at look what's going on, and then I looked up into the car. Can you see a pair of sunglasses in the sun visor? I did not even see them glasses. So I've got myself a nice little pair of free sunglasses. A nice little pair of Ray-Bans. I did not even see them before until I was doing that boot stuff. So yeah, got myself a nice little free pair of sunglasses, guys. Not that I'm gonna need them because it's not sunny anymore. But how bad's that? What a result. Yeah. I don't know if they're genuine. Who knows? Could be fake. Who knows? Anyway, let's put them up for there. So let's carry on with this back. So I'm going to set you up, guys. Stick you on a tripod, and just going to take the rest of the bumper off, the rest of the rubbers and that sort of stuff. Let's get a little bit more stripping off done, and then I'm going to start pushing it out, and you'll see me do that as well. So yeah, let's do this. Okay guys, so there you go. The tailgate is been fitted. Took the old one off, just down there, and put this one on. Now, with the wires, the actual connection, you see me messing around over here and stuff, and because this wire here, it ran down there, it ran underneath there, it ran down along up here, and it was connected down here somewhere. So I had to take all this off, pull this around, and then pull the wire through, and then feed the one back in. Same with the water for the window wiper, the wipers, the rear wiper, sorry. The hose come down here It went through underneath there, went back underneath there, back down here, and then inside there, underneath there, you pull it off, connect it off, and then put it back through. So that's what I was messing with. But it kind of, yeah, it lines up all right. I'm not quite happy with it. Just got a little bit more adjustment. It wants to go, there's a bigger gap this side. So maybe that just wants pulling down that way, pushing up that way, and that will line it back up. So I'll do that. And that's ready now to be pushed with this. So I'll put a timber at the back as a support. And then I'll slowly start pushing it out. And then you'll see, yeah, you'll see it start coming out. And I've got to mess around with all this, got to straighten that up, and then push that around. But I think it's just this little kink here I've got to sort out. All the rest of it looks all right. All those kind of bits are supposed to be there. That's supposed to be there. And I'm looking on the back of there. So I'm looking on this one, and I'm trying to compare it. You can see how straight this is compared to the other one. So, but that's, you know what I mean, that's supposed to be there, that's supposed to be there. So I'm looking at this, comparing it, and then coming over here, and then, yeah. So it's a little kink here that's got to come up. So I'll mess around with that, get that up, pull that out, push that out, and all that sort of size. So, yeah, that's ready to go. But, unfortunately, guys, I've run out of time. I won't be able to do it today. So I'll be jumping on that on the next video. And, yeah, you should get that, today's Thursday, you should get it Saturday. Me pushing that out and straightening that back up on on Saturday, guys. So that'll be Saturday's upload. Quick update before we go. So I found out the Ray-Bans, not really Ray-Bans. You can see the name on there. It says like Ron Bon. There's no way that they are Ray-Bans. So, yeah. I've got a pair of Ron Bons, original Ron Bons. Never mind. Thought I had a pair of Ray-Bans, yes, but no, pair of Ron Bons. So that's that. The other thing as well, one of my subscribers, Mark, who follows me on the channel, he's been messaging me about the Red Fiesta for a while now, since I started doing that Red Fiesta, and he was definitely interested in it, and he wanted to sort of be first in line to have a look at it and possibly buy it. So Mark come over today. He had a look at the Fiesta. We had a good old chat, and yeah, he took it out for a drive, and he's well happy with the car, and he wants to take it off my hands. And we agreed on a price, which I thought was fair for both of us, which I always try and do, make it fair for everyone. And it's not all about sort of just, you know, trying to, you know, get as maximum profit out of, even though this is a business, but it's, you know, I don't try and do that to people. I just don't think it's fair either way. And it gives you, gives me a better reputation in the long run anyway. So it's a win-win, I think. I'm making a bit of profit, not massive, but I am making a bit of profit on the car, the red one. So that is now gone. Well, it's sold, but he's not took it yet. But so shout out to you, Mark. Really appreciate you. Nice to meet you earlier, guy. That was, you know, it was really nice to meet you. And thanks for your support and everyone else's support on the channel. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, guys, you know, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up. That you know does wonders for the channel and the content. I've got I've had a few extra subscribers this week and last week, so that's great. Hi to everyone that's just started watching the channel. I've got over 100 videos in backlog. You can go back and look at my previous videos that I've done on all different types of cars, including the blue Mini Cooper S that one of the first cars I got just over a year ago now, in my garage, in my other garage. That didn't go too well, but we're doing all right at the minute. So yeah, thanks for all the support, guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you on Saturday's upload, where we'll start. I'll push that out and start, straightening that out on Saturday. So yeah, so I just ain't got time today, guys. I really wish I could get on with this, but I just really haven't got the time. So, but appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.